Hi guys, it's Ilene here. Today I'd like to work on another canvas turned back to front, reversed. I think I want to make a flower, so I'm going to use, I'm going to use my tattered floral die cuts here to get the flowers I want. So I just cut up some designer paper and I'm just going to put it on top. And I like, this has got some texture pattern and that kind of thing, and I just like it, so I'm just going for it to see how it's going to turn out. It's not, I didn't want it to necessarily be a realistic looking flower on my pile of. And so I'm just going to cut that out. My big hicks here. I hope that turned out. It looked like it slipped. Hopefully it was just the bottom. Yep. So, move that for a second here. I'm not sure what else I'm going to cut out. My pile of Happy Meal. So I moved my pile of Happy Meal out of the way there. So let's see how many flower pieces I punched out here. I did quite a few pieces, so there's going to be many, but that's okay. I'm not going to use them all. There's nice recycled paper. I can still use that lots here. I'm just going to take my... So I have all these nice papers. Look at this. This is going to be really cute. And I'm probably going to ink my edges. And I think this is going to be my background here. As well, I may, where did I put it? Oh. I may add some dimension to, actually I'll use this, to some of it. And I probably should have done it before I cut out, but I want to check out a couple of them and see how they look. So let's just do a couple of these here. So I'm going to do a couple of these with my big hicks and see how they look. So I have these 4 in here just to see how they're going to turn out. Grab another plate. I don't want to use this one. I gotta get a new plate for cutting. And this one is just going to be putting some texture in, embossing it. Just to make sure. And here's going to be our embossed pieces. And it did break my little ones. Oh no. This paper. It didn't work with this type of paper. So I really broke it. I guess that's good to know. I can use these for scraps. I probably should have embossed it first, but I didn't. Okay, that's good to know that that paper is not great for that. It would have been really cute with the little wood grain, I thought. Give it a little bit more visual texture, but it didn't work. Moving on to my flower. I've got to make a decision on what kind of flowers we want, and this is two-sided, so this is great. We can flip them over, whatever, if we want to. So let's check this side. Oh, look at that, that's nice. So with these ones, I'm going to be a little bit more careful now that I know that this paper is very delicate. I'm going to actually spray it down with some water. I got some water and glycerin here, so I'm going to spray it down. So here I have a piece of packaging. I'm just going to spray it on that. I'm not sure how many pieces I want, so I'm just going to spray those down a bit. And I have my shop napkin, and this napkin is really thick. This is the one that you get from like Princess Auto, those shop guy napkins. I'm just going to crunch them now because it's wet and I feel a little safer. I think the paper was just a little dry and that's why it broke over here. Be a little bit careful. You see how that works? That's really cute. So I want to make it a really dimensional flower. I think I'll just make it like that. Wet this one. It does help it crinkle easier without damaging the paper, which I like. So that's nice. So it's coming along. Center. I'm kind of liking I'm not sure if I want any of the brown, but I'm flipping it both ways to see if I want it two-toned or not. I don't know. I think that once I add a little bit of ink to it, it might even be nice like that. I think I'm going to leave it like that. And be happy with that. I like that. So now I just got to dry them up a bit, and I think I'm going to ink the edges. So just to let you know, I was drying them. I kind of put them all in here like this, and drying them like this, and pulling out the ones on top that were dry. It makes it easier, and then pieces are not flying all the way around. So just a little tip to keep some of your duct tape rolls for that. So yeah. So now I'm just going to add my, actually I'm not going to add a middle through it, right through it. I'm just going to build up my flower and glue my pieces together, just like that. Kind of twist it so then the petals are overlapping the open pieces. Excuse me. So then it looks more realistic, even though it's not supposed to look realistic, but it gives it more nice look, I think. So, like that. Nice withered rose look. And the centerpiece getting closer. Can't remember if I had it the opposite way or not. But that'll be what I have now. And it's going to look really cute in there. Could put it on that side. It does have more room, but I wanted to have it. I want it to be on the inside. Oh, you know what I didn't do is I didn't ink it. Oh, I'm terrible. I got all excited about gluing it together. Let's see if I can fix that. Sometimes we jump ahead of ourselves, so it's okay if you do, because I just did. It would have been better to ink it before building the scrunchy flower, but still looks good, so don't sweat it. Don't sweat the small stuff. I'm going to flip it over because any pieces that flop up, if they do, will be inked. So like that. I'm going to add a nice crystal bling in the center. I'm going to secure it with some hot glue. I think I'm just going to put in the flower. And then that's going to be my beautiful flower. So I'm just going to scrunch it up more. Really scrunch it up a little bit more here, just because it's going to go into this little space right in here. Now I want to make, I'll show you what I want to make. I want to make a leaf like this. So I have my green scrap paper here. So what I'm going to do is I am going to this time try to emboss it first, just for the heck of it, to see if that will, before I cut it out, see if that will change. So I'm going to quickly do that, emboss it, and cut it out. So I did manage to get the leaves embossed. They did kind of break apart here a little bit. We'll see how well they attach themselves to this after here. So now all I'm going to do now, I've got some, is to put the backing on here. So I am going to just kind of eye it, see if I can do that. Eye it. It's a little crooked. To about there. And now it's going to fit in there, just like so, for the background. So this is just like the paper. I'm going to Mod Podge that in there. Get some glue in here. Some Mod Podge. Sticky. And this is a small canvas. I just wanted to do something small. My goal was just to have the main piece of it was the flower just sticking out. That was my main design on this one, what I wanted. So, I'm just adding some Mod Podge to the top of this. And I think I'm going to add some music paper all the way around, I decided, instead of this. Or at least not all of that. So, just kind of occurred to me that's what I wanted to do. So I'm going to grab the music paper. I think I think I'll just grab this one. I'm just looking for my oldest sheets, and I don't think I have anything that's really that aged. I'm just going to rip this one off. That one came out. And start using some of these. So I want to just kind of rip the notes. I got some underneath here too. See, I want to keep the notes, the music note pieces in my design. It's not a very large space, so I'm just ripping them in half again too. So I have these pieces here like that. Just like that. That should be enough for my project. I'm going to add some pieces. So I'm just going to tear them up to smaller pieces here. And then I think I'm going to ink the edges. This time I will not forget. And I might keep this one long because I think that one's just so cute. Okay, ink my edges. Put this over here. Actually, I'll just add them on as I go. I was going to do a whole pile, but add them on as I go. So I'm just going to put them over wherever they land. So kind of like that, over the edge. Not going to be too careful about it because I want it to look just not too perfect. Kind of like shabby. Maybe a little shabby chic. I don't know how shabby chic would probably require lots of lace. Maybe I could add some lace. That's how I like it. So I'm just going to keep doing this until I get the hole around the frame. I'm just getting a few more around here. So I'm really piling it on. No wrong way about it. Just putting the little strips and pieces of the music note paper that I outlined everywhere here. And that's how I'm covering up my frame. Really splattering it on, really. And just going over it with the Mod Podge. A couple more pieces left here in the corner. And I'm just like I said, just really getting it on. And folding it over. And that's all it's to it. My fingers are getting really sticky here. And I got some on the inside too a little bit, but that's okay because that's nothing I didn't do on purpose here, and I'm just gonna, you know, try to fill up as much space as I can. I pretty much used up all of the music note paper that I have torn up, and I'm just adding it all on here. So it's looking really good. And that's how it's looking really good. And yes, I'm adding it to the bottom a bit too, and letting it touch the back. That's okay. I'm doing it just to have, if it peeks through, it's going to look really interesting. So just for interest, really. And that's the last piece I think I have here. I think I have one more. Did I do that one? No. Now this piece here I didn't rip, and I want to put it right across. So I'm going to ink that up right now. I have all these gluey pieces on my hands. What I do is I usually just spray my fingers with some alcohol and then I just go over and wipe them off, because I'm not patient enough to go wash my fingers in between, and this is how I deal with my mess. So I like those little spray bottles. I buy extra one for cleaning my board, my table, and yeah, it'll spray just the alcohol right on the table. On my glass, it's really nice on my glass piece too. Wipes up pretty good. So I'm just going to go and ink the edge here and add it right down the center. And that's what I was planning to do. I just really like the way these music notes were. I even want to tear it up, and I'm like, what to do? So I thought the best way to use it was in that manner, where I'm just going to glue it right across. And in fact, I'm going to have my rose here, so I might even glue it in a couple spots there like that, because I want my little end to be not upside down for this part. Just because. I'm just going to throw that in there. Just like that. Isn't that cute? Lots of Mod Podge. So I'm going to have my flower in there. So now I have my leaves as well, so I'm just going to throw a little ink on there. And then I'm going to add them probably after I get my flower in there. And it's kind of been falling apart, so I don't know. It doesn't matter how much the twig or whatever, the leaf there I'm going to use. I'm just going to add them as I think I need them. So I'm going to ink them all, because I might need them all, I might not. And it's like that. I like them. It's going to be very pretty. Whoa! Don't drop it, don't drop it. Okay, so my hot glue gun's going to come out. And now I'm going to grab my easel, since I have one for this guy. Put it like this. And I'm I'm going to make it so it doesn't move. It's a little strip maybe. There we go. And I'm going to put them in here in the corner here, so I really want to kind of crunch it up. I could push it down a little bit more after. I'm going to get a lot of glue in the bottom there. And I'm going to push it right in the corner here. Just like that. I'm going to look at it like this here. Very cute, very cute. Now I'm going to add a couple of leaves. And you know what? I have leftover flower pieces, so I might even add a little flower bud beside it. So just like that. I want it very dimensional, so I'm going to bend this around my finger a bit here. And a little bit of glue just to do that. There we go. Cute. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Okay, curl it around a dowel, or even just like I said, bend it over your finger. Just like that. Now let's see here. I think I could make a teeny bit of a flower bud there. So, oh, look at that. I got to. I'm gonna just wet it a little bit again. I'm gonna put them in here. What else do I have left? I have a couple of pieces. I'm just gonna wet them all and do with them what I will. Here, just crumpling them up. I have ink on my hands, so they might get some ink on them too, but that's okay. And I'm going to make little buds with these pieces that I have here, because we always have little flower buds. So I'm going to grab my piece in here. I'm going to throw them in here. A couple of them broke, but it's okay. I'm going to see what they broke after and dry them off. Okay, so a couple of them broke a bit with the leaves, but that's okay because I'm going to use those petals, and I'm just going to make some. I'm actually going to flip them back the other way, and I'm going to make some buds with them. Just like that. Little flower buds. Throw some ink on them. Throw a stem in there somewhere. Just like that. And then a nice bud. Nice bud. So it's going to, I'm actually going to move it up a bit. Attach to the side a bit more here. Just like that. Can you guys see? Isn't that cute? Now this one can be a smaller one, or I can make another little bud. I think I'm going to make another little bud. The webs. So what you do with the other buds is just flip it over and do the same kind of inking that you do on your big flower. Oh, I have this webs from the, I'm going to pull off a little bit of green here and attach it and wrap it around a bit. It's looking a little rustic, but that's okay. And now there's another little bud, see? And that can go right beside it. cutest little birds. Just like that. Isn't that cute? Now we can throw more leaves in here. And that's the main focus of my piece, is the flower. And that's what I want the focus to be on. I'm going to crunch it up a bit more. And it's not, like I said, it's not realistic, but fix up the petals however way you want them to go. So, you know, and add another bunch of leaves right there. So I'm just going to take that stem off a bit more. And there. Now with these pieces here, I'm going to leave them, I'm going to ink them up a bit. And then I'm going to make them like little petals falling off at the bottom here. So ink them up. However many. Get a piece of dowel or a piece of toothpick. Kind of roll them up a bit. Let's see if I can find my dowel. I was going to use a toothpick, or you can even use a paintbrush roll, and I'm just going to roll them up a bit. And then add a little drip of glue. Make sure they get crunched a bit. And just add them. Actually, remove that glue and put it on the other side. And add them to the... Add them to your piece. Like flowers have fallen off. Roll them up, some of them up a bit. Have some of them kind of just falling off like that. And I'm going to roll another one. But I'm going to kind of crunch it up too, so, because see how these flowers petals are all crunched up. There we go. My very last one. And it's very hot. Just like that. You can even take apart another one. I'm going to take one more part because I want to add it to right here in this corner. And I'm going to roll it up. Make sure it's crunchy, roll it up, and put a little glue there, and just like that. Have it coming down like that. And now that is the piece. Now the finishing touch is this plate I'm going to add to it here, and it says Believe, and that's my finishing touch I'm going to add to it. I'm going to use some of the flip side of this card here of the rose color or flower color, ink it up a bit. And then I'm going to see if I can ink up the edges of this Believe. To get this color of the metal, I actually made these myself. So I burned the metal pop can to get the different color coming into the metal. So that's how I got it. And then just kept wiping it and burning it and wiping it until I got to the right color that I wanted to get on there. Just going to glue this. Ooh, that makes the metal very hot. Glue this on here. Whew, very hot. So I bought these metal stamps and at Princess Auto, and they were very good price. And to make my own little plates. So I'm going to stick that on there. So just to be getting it, it's very much cheaper to get things like look at some kind of stamping sets and stuff like that at like auto places, because it's cheaper than the hobby store and craft stores. So, and there we go. It is in there, and I think that that looks perfect. You can move it around a bit, and try and make it more dimensional. Just pulling up the edges a bit. And there we go. I hope you guys like that little canvas, mini canvas. Now this one is very small. As you can see here, the measurements, the top's my inches, so it's approximately 7 inches by, is it inches? Yep, top's 7 inches by 4.5. That's very nice, cute little size. Picked it up at Dollarama. To hang it, I'm just going to add a little bit of ribbon to the back and hang it like that. Just something a little different than normal. So what I'll do, I'm just going to carefully place it back here. What I'll do is add, oops, carefully add my lace. And there we go, we're going to let that dry. I hope you guys like this. And I challenge you guys to give it a try. That's going to be a cute little wall hanging. So, there you go guys. Hope you like it. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.